Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in. This is interview question 8 in my series of cloud architecture interview questions. So this is a little bit different from the rest of the questions from the last 7 questions that you have encountered. See, when we give an cloud architecture interview or we sit for such an interview session, we primarily believe, okay, from our experience, that maybe it is going to be an extremely technical interview, which it is in most senses. But at the same time, more and more, as your experience increases and you get into that bracket of 5 to 9, 9 to 12, 12 to 15 plus, you get a lot of organizational, behavioral, thought leadership type questions also. Okay, these questions cannot directly be mapped to one or maybe any technical topic or technical section as such, but at the same time they're extremely relevant. Okay, and I have actually again here the question that I have put forward here is a question that I was asked when I was appearing basically for an interview for a startup based in Chennai, and it is in the last phase where it was called the leadership role, kind of leadership. It was not a leadership role, it was the leadership, I don't remember the exact interview session name, but it was more like a leadership connect where I was basically connected to the CTO of the startup. And initially for the first 5 to 10 minutes he asked me some technical questions, okay, which I will also go over maybe later. But then he asked me this very pertinent question, okay, and we spoke for about 5 to 7 minutes. So he told me basically how do you keep track of what is happening around you in the IT technology space, because things are changing at such a high pace. So basically the interview question that I have put forward here is the IT industry is changing at such a rapid pace, almost at the speed of a rocket. Solutions which were pretty relevant even a year ago are being replaced by new trends. It is hard to keep up with them. As a cloud architect, how do you plan on keeping up to date with all that is happening in the technology world around you and ensuring that your team is not far behind, rather at par? So basically the question is, how do you keep yourself updated? And actually I do a very good job of it. I can proudly say that I try to keep myself updated to the most of my ability. So this does not have a very straight answer, okay, that do this six things or do this 7 things. Everybody has a different way, but you can say some of the following stuff everybody does. Okay, so number 1, maintain a very valid online presence. So I have around 25,000 followers on LinkedIn, and I follow around another 30 to 35,000 people, most of them related to my domain, related to my IT vertical, so to say. So mostly cloud architects, cloud SME, CTOs, CEOs. Okay, so this is one. So I see their posts. Okay, I follow a lot of cloud developer advocates, technology evangelists. Okay, I listen to them. I see what they're posting, what documents they are sharing on LinkedIn. Okay, this is one. I listen to a lot of podcasts. So for example, when I'm traveling, I just start a podcast on Spotify and I listen for the 40-minute duration. I finish something, so that is one. So podcasts are very important. I follow a lot of YouTube channels, so whenever a new video comes out, I go to those videos, I see them. Another thing, I read the reports, the state of development report, the state of cloud native development report, the state of DevOps report, which are published by many of the companies. Okay, say for example, Puppet publishes a state of DevOps report. Your Kaivanno founder, he publishes something called state of cloud native policy management report. I will show you an example of a state of cloud native development report. So these reports gives a very good trend of where the industry is heading, how your peers are using it, because these are mostly based on surveys. Then I listen to a lot of webinars. I attend, say, AWS reInvent, Amazon Ignite. I do a lot of things basically to keep myself up to date, and you can do all of those things and also communicate the same to your interviewer. So basically one small tip here is that while saying, if you are actually following good people, say for example, I follow Mike Peffier, I follow Sayam Pathak, okay, and I follow a lot of cloud evangelists, okay, so name a few. Tell him that, okay, when you are saying it, you actually mean business. Show him your LinkedIn profile if needed. Tell him that, okay, this is the number of guys I follow, this is the number of guys who follow me. Okay, so basically it's about having a very valid online presence. so that you can also publish information, but also you consume information. You subscribe to many newsletters. You can tell them that, okay, I subscribe to Thomas Morris newsletter, or I subscribe to HashiCorp newsletter, or I subscribe to Spotify engineering team newsletter, stuff like that. Okay, so this is so this question, the purpose of this question is not to give an answer to this question, very frankly, because there is no correct answer, and the answer can be thought of in a lot of different ways. But what I'm trying to do here is I will put this kind of questions in midst of all of the technical questions, which will obviously be the focus. But more and more you will see this kind of behavioral questions, okay, where the interviewer is trying to gauge, okay, how much up to date is this guy? Can he lead a team or a practice of 30 to 50? Because when you are nearing that range of 5 to 9, 9 to 12, you are no more just an individual contributor always. You might still contribute code, you might still be a hands-on engineer, but at the same time there will likely be a team of developers, a team of solution engineers under you who will report to you. So unless and until you are aware of what is happening, okay, for example, just to give you a very brief example, I was a few days back, I encountered a very nice tool called kubectx, which helps to change or swap the Kubernetes context. Okay, so I read about it, I blogged about it, and then I explained that to some of my team members who were doing something with Kubernetes in my last company. So I called them up and I told them, you can read about them. So I discussed this with them, and they came up with questions. I tried to answer them. So this to and fro discussion, this is very important in this industry, because you have to stay relevant. Okay, and the only way to stay relevant is to stay updated. Because the moment you don't stay updated, you lose your relevancy in this industry and you will not get any high paying job. Okay, so this is it. Thank you guys. And okay, the next question I will put a little bit more technical, but I will push this kind of questions in between so that you don't get bored also, but at the same time these are very, very important, and I will tell you the answer to. I personally think that my answer to this question was what helped me back the offer of a startup even after spending 9 years in an enterprise IT company. Thank you so much. Have a nice day, guys. Bye.